I'm Governor Larry Hogan. Our state is taking unprecedented and aggressive actions in the fight to stop the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic here in Maryland. As you know, I recently issued a stay-at-home directive to ensure that no Marylander leaves his or her home unless it is for an essential job or for an essential purpose. I know how difficult this is on each and every one of you. There's a great deal of fear and anxiety, and the truth is that none of us really know how bad this is going to get or how long it's going to last. But I can promise you that there are a great many dedicated people doing tremendous things, working around the clock, and doing their very best to help keep Marylanders safe. In the days to come, we're going to need to depend on each other, to look out for one another, and to take care of each other, because we are all in this together, and we will get through this together.
This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, May 26th, 2020. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. On Saturday, the Annapolis Police Department responded to a fatal accident at West and Hudson Streets in the city of Annapolis. According to the initial investigation, it appears that a motorcycle was exiting out of Hudson Street, heading outbound, which would be toward the mall, and somehow crossed over the median and struck the rear driver's side of a Volvo, which was heading inbound on West Street. The driver of the Volvo did remain at the scene, and a Maryland State Police helicopter was initially dispatched but canceled because the patient needed to be transported to the hospital as soon as possible. Unfortunately, she passed away at Arundel Medical Center a little bit later. She was identified as Mary Rosella, 52, of Pasadena. Late Friday afternoon, County Executive Pittman announced that he is going to be easing up on the restrictions facing barbershops, beauty salons, and non-essential retail businesses starting June 1st. What they're going to be doing is they're going to be calculating the number of customers that you can have in a business based on the square footage. Now, it is customers and employees, so it'll be total occupants of the building. And for non-essential businesses, we'll be limited to one person per every 150 square feet within the business. For beauty salons and barbershops, that's going to be reduced a little bit to 100 square feet per person, and that's due to the small footprint typically of those types of facilities. This time, the city of Annapolis will use the same guidelines as the county, and sometime a little bit later on this week, the Department of Health is going to put out specific details and guidance on how businesses are to handle that. So it does look like there is some relief on the way to other small businesses that were restricted to curbside only. We do understand that Governor Hogan may be relaxing some more restrictions soon. Expect a news conference perhaps tomorrow or Friday. This is kind of upsetting. The Pennsylvania Real Estate Investment Trust, who owns the Springfield Town Center in Springfield, Virginia, as well as the mall at Prince George's County, said they don't believe those two properties are going to be in business within the next year. They said in a recent filing that the COVID-19 crisis has materially impacted all aspects of its operation. Most of the tenants have been unable to pay their April and May rents and have requested rent relief and deferrals. That really is no surprise when you look at the loss of businesses here in Annapolis: Sears, Nordstrom's, Brooks Brothers, JCPenney just recently filed for bankruptcy and will be closing 240 stores. We don't know whether the Annapolis one is part of that. L Brands, which owns Victoria's Secret, is set to close an additional 250 stores. Again, we don't know whether anything here in Annapolis is going to be affected. And Macy's is not too far behind any of them. So this is really going to be a different retail environment when we come out of this. The Eastport retail environment is going to be different, and this is really a bummer because Aah Coffee, who has been around since December of 2005, announced yesterday on their Facebook page that they are not going to be reopening. Aah Coffee has been host to countless art exhibitions, community gatherings, and actually during the 2017 elections, they were kind of my go-to place for candidate podcasts that we recorded there in their overstuffed leather chairs over a cup of coffee. In their Facebook post, they said, "We've been trying arduously to figure out how to best adapt Aah Coffee to this post-COVID world. Sadly, we are unable to come to a solution that meets our needs. We will not be reopening. Thank you all for your patronage and friendship throughout the years." Sad to see one of the last independent coffee shops in Annapolis go. I think the only one we have now is Bean Rush over in West Annapolis. Hey, if you want to see something cool, head on over to Eye on Annapolis and look at our Naval Academy graduation ceremony that was posted on Friday. We did have a live feed, so it is there archived. But the United States Naval Academy Academy graduated 1,017 graduates, 739 men, 278 women. 733 were commissioned as Navy ensigns and 260 were commissioned as Marine Corps second lieutenants. One was commissioned into the Air Force. Prior to the ceremony, they did have some recorded shout-outs from all aspects of the world. You had Lamar Jackson from the Ravens, Tom Cruise, Bill Belichick, Tony Dungy, Secretaries of State George Shultz and Condoleezza Rice, Gary Sinise, and of course you had number 12 Roger Staubach, who was sporting a beard. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2020 at the United States Naval Academy. The Community Foundation of Anne Arundel County has distributed a second cycle of grants through the Community Crisis Response Fund, and to date they've distributed 58 grants to local nonprofits totaling $122,000. These nonprofits deal with providing funding for food security and support for basic human needs during the COVID-19 crisis, and it is a designated fund to provide flexible financial support to trusted nonprofit partners across Anne Arundel County who are responding to the most critical needs of our community. Now, if you wish to contribute to this, you can make a secure tax-deductible online donation at cfaac.org, or you can make a check payable to CFAAC with Community Crisis Response in the memo line. Send it to 914 Bay Ridge Road, Suite 220, Annapolis 21403. If you are a nonprofit that you're interested in getting some funding, you also want to go to cfaac.org, doing lots of good work for the community there. And this is pretty cool. The Mitchell Gallery had a great exhibit scheduled to be happening, well, now. It was called the American Indian Art from the Fenimore Art Museum, the Thaw Collection. Obviously, that's not happening because of the closure, but they've gone online with armchair virtual tours as well as digital presentations and Zoom tours with art educator Lucinda Edinburgh, which is really very cool. The exhibition has 44 pieces of American Indian art spanning nearly 2 millennium. Sculptures, paintings, drawings, basketry, textiles, ceramics. The oldest one dating back to 100 to 600 A.D. So pretty cool stuff. The armchair virtual tours are available on the Mitchell Gallery's Facebook page or their Instagram page, so you want to go check that out. And if you want to schedule a Zoom virtual tour with art educator Lucinda Edinburgh, and I do suggest you do this because she is just a wealth of information, absolutely fantastic. It'll be fascinating. You want to email lucinda.edinburgh@sjc.edu. That's lucinda.edinberg@sjc.edu. You do have to have 8 per group for her to do that, but that's a lot of fun. You will definitely learn something there. If you want to learn more about the Mitchell Gallery, you want to go to sjc.edu/Mitchell Gallery, and there is no word on if this exhibit will be extended so we can all see that in person. Not absolutely sure about that. All right, that does wrap it up for this Tuesday morning. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day because we will be updating these stories and more throughout the day. If you're someplace you can leave a rating or a review, please do that as well and let your friends and family and colleagues know how to get a podcast, how to get this podcast, and how to subscribe to it. Other than that, hang tight. We've got George Young with your local DMV weather forecast. He's standing by and we'll be here in just 1 minute. But first, Solar Energy Services.
Hello, Marylanders. This is Rick Peters from Solar Energy Services in Millersville, Maryland, wishing you good health and a rapid return to prosperity. Uncertainty is one of the hardest parts of our current situation. As we move towards our new normal, you may want to consider adding more certainty to your financial future by locking in the low cost of clean solar energy. The economics of solar are tremendous, and there's no better source than the trusted team at Solar Energy Services. Residential solar projects typically earn the homeowner 8 to 12% annually over the life of the system, with even better returns for commercial systems. If you have some downtime now, take advantage of our powerful remote design capabilities, allowing one of our experienced solar designers to provide a presentation, followed by a detailed, accurate proposal, all from a safe distance. Call us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net. Sunshine's are wasted, but together we'll get through this.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Tuesday, May 26th. Yesterday brought very nice conditions to the Annapolis region after some AM clouds and a little bit of fog. And today should be very much the same with temps warming a few degrees, with highs 74 to 81 across Anne Arundel County. Then it's more upper 70s to low 80s Wednesday and Thursday, with rain chances returning late Wednesday and lasting maybe into late Friday or early Saturday, with 80s likely Friday and Saturday, as thunderstorms may be a factor Thursday and Friday, with the outlook for the weekend being one of clearing skies on Saturday, with nice conditions Sunday and some sunshine, with highs in the 70s to finish off the month. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to get our app on all of your devices by searching DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Store. And also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and use our website at dmdweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
This is Wes Adams, candidate for Circuit Court Judge. As your former state's attorney, I built a reputation for being fair for our community, tough on violent crime, and compassionate to those in need. I work to set up specialized court proceedings designed to support recovery and to get our vets out of the criminal justice system. I partnered with our schools to help protect students and break the school-to-prison pipeline. I will bring these same values as judge to the Circuit Court. I respectfully ask that you vote for me, Wes Adams, on June 2nd.
Paid for by the Friends of Wes Adams. John Spencer, Treasurer.
Whether it's a fire, a hurricane, or a virus, Annapolis comes together. We've done it time and time again, because this is a town that gets it. A town that knows how to lift each other up when the world falls down. As we face this new challenge, I encourage our community to come together as we've always done. I'm Steve Samaras from Zachary's Jewelers. I pledge to lend a hand to support my family, my team, my neighbors, and the small businesses in our town. Together, let's do what we've always done.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.